Hi there, Sarada here from Your Event Marketing Partner, and I'm back again with more simple, easy ways to create workshops, seminars and other events for your business. This week I've been sent in a question by Mary, and she asks, I'm looking to find a space to rent for a few hours for my events that will not cost me an arm and a leg. I've heard that there's ways to negotiate. Hotels are so expensive, but at the same time, I don't want to be in a church basement. Any tips? I would really appreciate it. Well, firstly, thanks so much, Mary, for sending in this question. It's a great question, and it's something that I used to struggle with, especially in the early days of figuring out how to create events and when I was learning to create events. You see, what I never understood was there seemed to be some big mystery or secret around how to get a great deal on a venue or any other supplier, and how some people could manage to get a great venue at a low cost and other people struggled. And I really never understood what the big mystery was. So after many years of trial and error, I figured out for myself what was the actual easy, simple way of doing this every time. And I'm going to be sharing that with you today in this video. So Mary asks two questions. One is about venues and one is about negotiation. So I'm going to start with a question about venues first. Now Mary talks about hotels and church basements. And actually, in my experience, I found that there's quite a lot in between that can work really well for your event. So the first thing you might want to consider is places such as cafes and restaurants, because they often have private rooms in their facility, which you can often get for free if you guarantee a certain minimum spend on food and drink. Now, if you're still worried that that might be a bit too expensive for you, a suggestion I have is to look outside major cities, major towns like London, Manchester, New York, Miami, because they are often able to give you much better deals as they're slightly less popular. The other thing I would ask you to look at is look in your town or county at the government-owned buildings. So these could be libraries, community centres, town halls, anything that's a municipal or county or town-owned building. The reason I ask you to look at these is firstly, their facilities tend to almost outstrip those that you would find in a privately owned hotel or conference centre. But second of all, and more importantly, because they're government owned, they have substantial discounts on the actual hiring rates. And along the similar vein, you could also look into charities, because a lot of big charities own their own buildings, and they will very often hire these out for, again, a fraction of the cost that you would be paying elsewhere. So that's the venue question. Now on to negotiation. Again, this was something that was always a little bit scary for me, and I didn't really understand what the secret formula is. But then I realised that the basis of negotiation is that you go into it with the mindset of trying to help out the other person or the other party. So instead of going in thinking, oh, I really need to get them down to a really low price and a really great deal, think of how is it that I can help that other person, which will also benefit me. So when it comes to venues, venues obviously need your business. They want to get you to hire them, but you also need to have a good deal. And one of the best ways of doing this is to speak to the venue and say, look, I want to get a good deal. I don't have a large budget to spend. When are the best times of the year for flexibility? For example, when are the times of the year that are going to be less busy for you? What about times of the month, times of the week, or even the times of day? And venues are more than happy to give you this information. It isn't a closely guarded secret. So for example, some venues may be very busy in summer, but in the winter months they can give you more of a discount. Other venues, the opposite is true. Some venues are busy in the evenings, so using them during the daytime is often favourable. So make sure that you ask these questions and you're in a much better position to get a good deal. The other great way to get a good deal on your space is if you know that your event is going to be taking place several times a year, maybe every week for the next few months or every month for the next 6 months, and you really like that venue, then you can block book that venue in advance. And what you're doing is you're guaranteeing that venue your business. And in return, it's in their interest to give you a discount. So make sure you ask for the block booking or volume discounts, because then you can get a really good deal on your room rate. Well, I really hope that this answered your question, Mary, and also everybody else out there who may be struggling, just as I was, with this same situation. I'd really love to hear your experiences of working with venues, working with suppliers, how you've managed to negotiate with them. Tell me about what your experiences are in the comment below. Don't forget to hit subscribe if you'd like more of these videos, and if you liked it, then please share it with your friends. Check out www.youreventmarketingpartner.com for more exclusive articles and content. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.